Peggy Noe, prettypapercards.com. Happy Friday. I'm so glad that you're here today. And I've got my little Miss Ellie, my Yorkshire Terrier. We are just happy to see you. We're celebrating that it's Friday. And I'm just going to check here and make sure that that we're appearing on my Pretty Paper Cards Facebook page. Okay, there we go. I can see that we're on. So that's the important part. I want to make sure everything's working. Well, on the Wednesday Live, I told everyone that Ellie wasn't really feeling that well. The night before, she had a little tummy problem, and it was separation anxiety, I'm sure. So she has been feeling much better, and she's all back to normal. She's all her spunky self. And in fact, she's been barking. We just had an Amazon delivery, and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to go on time because she was barking and my husband was opening the door and everything. And so anyway, hopefully we're calmed down for a while, but she's very alert and very feeling so much better, and I'm thankful. Hi, Roz. Good to see you. Hi, Pam. Yes, happy weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend. We love football, and so I think there are going to be lots of games. We're probably going to have a lot of fun watching football, and I'm going to try to squeeze in a few cards, if you know what I mean, because I've got stuff to do. Hi, Jessica. Thank you so much for sharing. Good to see you today. Oh, the weather has been, okay, I know it's bragging for some of you. We've had beautiful days in the 70s, cool at night, in the high 30s, but the days have been beautiful, and we'd had about a week of rain. I know it's nothing compared to what some of you go through. Hi, Holly, good to see you. But it's just been some really nice weather, and we have really enjoyed it. And Pam, oh, I love seeing you guys on here. You know, I feel like, wasn't it Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and where I'm welcoming you all in? Thank you, Roz. Yes, Ellie is feeling much better. Like I said, she's super alert. I have been very busy getting out my paper shares, and some of you had purchased some of the paper shares from the new catalog, and so I'm hoping they'll go out by Monday. It's fun work. I love doing it, but it's busy, and so I've got kind of a busy time going on with everything else. Let's see. I wanted to announce that I've changed to giving the prize at the end of our Facebook Live. So at the end, I'll tell you who won last week's prize, which was a set of our spritzers, water spritzers, or you can use alcohol. And so I'll tell you who won, and I have a new prize for next week, so that'll come at the end. Diane, good to see you. Thanks for popping on. Okay, reminders. I'm going to put Ellie down so she can go check out what came from Amazon. She's so anxious to go. She has to know everything. She's our protector, you know. So what's going on? Announcements. I'm still selling my pretty adhesive pack. It's been really selling great. And it's $38. You get 5 of my favorite adhesives, including a full brand new Stampin' Seal Plus with the case. And it's in this adorable pink little container, and tied with ribbons, and even a handmade pom-pom by I have a girlfriend who makes pom-poms, and she made some pom-poms for me. So if you're interested, check it out on my blog, or email me or comment below. And then the other announcement is we're still in Celebration. It's going on until the end of February. And during Celebration, if you don't have a brochure, a Celebration brochure, or a mini catalog, always just message me through Facebook, put it in the comments, and I'll make sure that you get catalogs and brochures. Whatever's going on, I will get it to you. So I want everyone to have these, so that, hi Kay from Kay's Card, good to see you. So let me know if you need catalogs. But anyway, it's Celebration, and what that means is for every $50 order in my online shop, you get a prize, a free gift from this catalog. But the other great thing is that during celebration, they always have a special, what I like to call the ultimate bundle. My upline is Maryfish, and from Stampin' Pretty, and she calls it the ultimate bundle. And I love that terminology because it is. You can get anything you want up to $125 in product for only $99. And that is all the time. When you get the ultimate bundle. But during celebration, they always add extra little perks on that. And this time it's 2 stamp sets of your choice, any price from any current catalog, which is would be the annual catalog and our new January to June mini catalog, which I like to call the spring catalog. So if you'd like to get the ultimate bundle, for $99, you get $125 worth of product, you get 2 free stamp sets, and the biggest thing is that it all ships free, because shipping is a lot nowadays, and so it comes free. And from that point on, you can order your products at 20% off while you're a demonstrator. There's no obligation, and I would love to chat with you about it. If you have any questions, email me at Peggy@prettypapercards.com. If you're interested, go ahead and click the link up above this. We're on Facebook today, and it is January 14th. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a link down under the description there for you. And if you're watching on my blog, because I repost all of these, there's a tab up above. So I want you to have every opportunity to get this ultimate bundle while it's available. That's what I did. And I never looked back because the products are so beautiful. Okay, what are we doing today? I'm still, and I think we will be for a while, playing around with brand new product. And today I want to make a card using Happy Hedgehogs. So it's the new year, and you know, we've had COVID, we've had so much stuff going on. I want this year to be happy. I want my new year to be a happy new year. So I'm working to do things that make me happy. And the Happy Hedgehogs just go right along with that. They are happy little hedgehogs. And this new Hedgehog bundle comes with a punch. Do you believe it? A hedgehog punch. Have you ever seen such cuteness? So let's get started. Let me turn you down here and I'll show you what I've got for you today. Okay, so here is the Happy Hedgehog stamp set, and here is the, let me see, I didn't put the name. I usually put the name to help myself. Anyway, it's the punch that comes with the bundle. Let's take a look at it in the catalog, since we can look at the catalog now. If you have yours, it's on page 64, and it's called, the Hedgehog Builder Punch. That's the name of the punch, Hedgehog Builder Punch. I'm going to have to get that, print out a label and get that on there. So these little happy hedgehogs are just too cute. And not only that, this set has adorable other little things. Look at this cute little bird with a flower, a butterfly. I'm not using the mushroom today, but that is very cute. And a darling tree with flowers on it. And you know, I'm wondering what kind of tree that is. In my backyard, I have what's known as an orchid tree, and it creates beautiful orchids. That's the blossom, and they're gorgeous, and it's blooming like crazy right now. So I'm going to decide that this is like an orchid tree because it's so cute. Okay, let's see. The card we're going to make today is like just a little play space for the hedgehog. I tried to use as much as I could, and I've got the tree on both sides. I've got the butterfly, the little bird. Look how cute that little bird is. And here's the hedgehog. Now you'll notice that the punch punches out both the full hedgehog and, well, the full hedgehog and just his, I don't know what you call that hair, his back, I guess. Some of you might have a better name for that. And so here I've gone ahead and punched out his little back and put that up on top of the hedgehog. And the thing I wanted to show you today that's kind of a special fold, let me help that shadow. There, that's a little better. That's part of a nice fold that you can use for any card, is this card that opens like that. But the interesting thing is the white part here comes to this very edge, so there's no border along this side, so it looks at first glance like it's all one this white piece, basic white, is all one piece, but it's not. It opens up and then you have your area to write over there. So I'm going to show you quills. Oh, you guys are so smart. Spines, quills, excellent. I love doing this because you are so knowledgeable, each one of you. Okay, so let's see how to make this card. That's really what I want to do, is show you how to make this card, because this is something you can replicate. The design of the card, it's not really a big design, but you know, the type of fold, so that you can do this yourself. And I'm going to give you the measurements, you know, and I apologize. I'm always promising that I'll put the measurements down below, and I almost never do. I just forget. I'm so sorry. But I do put them on my blog, and I almost always post our Facebook Lives on my blog. So the next day or in the next couple days. So I want to encourage you to look over there if you need the measurements and you don't take them down here. Okay, so I'm using a piece of Balmy Blue cardstock, and it is cut at 4 1/4 by 8 3/4. And the correct place to score here is 5 1/2. So we're going to put that right in our paper trimmer, right at 5 1/2, and we're going to do our score. And that's going to create the fold that we want right here. So let me get out my bone folder, and we'll just score that. And that is the real base of the card right there. There's your front left, and it opens to show that part. So then we have two pieces of basic white. The one is a standard inside of a card. I'm coming in a little more than I normally do, and the measurement for this inside basic white piece is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And then the other piece of basic white that is going to line up right to this right edge of that front fold over panel, this piece is 3 by 3 3/4, and that's what makes the little the fold work. All right, let's get out our stamps, should we? Okay, so the first thing we're going to stamp is our tree, this fun tree stamp, and I'm going to use Granny Apple Green on it. So we have to stamp it twice, once on each of the basic white panels. So here we want to stamp it on the inside. We want to stamp it as far as we can to the right hand side. So let's just do that. And it's a photopolymer stamp. I have a couple of pads here underneath. If you do not have any pads, be sure you put a padding or a catalog even underneath so you get a good impression. Isn't that I think it's just the sweetest little tree. And then we're going to go and stamp the outer basic white panel, and we want to stamp this tree a little more to the left. There's not a lot of room there. It just fits it perfectly, but we're going to stamp it as far as we can over to the left. And let me just see here. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to press down real hard to try to get a good impression. Isn't that the cutest tree? I'm telling you, I really like it. Your son and his crew, what do they do, Roz? His people? Is that what you mean, his people? His crew? Cute. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. Just to remind you, this is how it's going to go. Now what we're going to do is on this piece that goes on the very front, we're going to stamp our little hedgehog. So and with the set, I'm so glad they have a hedgehog that faces to the right and a hedgehog that faces to the left. So you can, no matter what direction you want your hedgehog to go, they've got one for you. So I'm going to use this soft suede, and I just inked it up because it didn't have a lot of ink, so we'll see how dark it comes out. You can see it kind of spilled out the edge there a little bit. I'm not going to press down too hard. So we're going to put our hedgehog right on this piece, and then what we're going to do is we will stamp another piece and punch out his little quills or his spine, now that you've told me about it. Okay. So there's our little hedgehog. Cute. And I've got a scrap piece here. We'll take a scrap piece of basic white and stamp him again so that we can punch out. Let's see, I'm going to want to have it go this way so that we can punch out his little back. Okay, right there. There we go. Now, let's get our punch and we'll see how that works. It's always fun to get a new punch and see how everything works, isn't it, and play with it. You know, I'm waiting to see people come up with the most amazing things. I'm waiting to see how people use this punch in other ways. It's, you know what I mean? They always come up with crazy and wonderful ideas. So what we do is we come right in here. Let me try to turn it so you can see it. And they even have this little one notch that goes over the ear of the hedgehog, so you don't so it punches around his ear, if that isn't the cutest. Okay, let me see if I can get it lined up just right here. Okay. And there is the back of the hedgehog, the spine part. And it fits right, look at how it fits right over there. Isn't that just cute? Right over his little ear. Look at that. Now, a couple things I wanted to tell you. Of course, I was thinking about a pink hedgehog. You know that, right? So I colored a couple of hedgehogs just to see what we think. This one, I colored his quills or his spine in Flirty Flamingo. Let's see if you can really see that. Let's hold it up against the back of this. Can you see? Not too bad, kind of cute. I kind of like it. And then the other thing I did is I took polished pink. These are Stampin' Blends that I've used. And I just colored the quills. And so we could make him a her and make the quills pink. Let me know what you think about that. What do you think? I don't know. I kind of like the basic one, the basic soft suede. And the reason for that is because, I don't know, then you can focus more on the little butterfly and the bird. Now what did I do with that, guys? Now I think I've lost the one I punched out. Goodness gracious. Oh dear. Oh dear. I had that right here. Oh, I threw it in my trash can. Goodness sakes. Okay, here we go. So let me know what you think. Do you want the pink hedgehog, one of the pink ones, the Flirty Flamingo, the pink, polished pink quills, or just the regular soft suede? Let me know what you think, because we're going to do a couple other things while we wait, so we can figure that out. All right, now let's go ahead. It's time to do one more thing of stamping, and we're going to stamp the little butterfly right up in here. And here is that little tiny butterfly. It faces the correct direction that we want. And this time I'm going to stamp in Sahara Sand. Sahara Sand is a great, kind of a very light brown, which is good when you're doing coloring, because it doesn't make a deep line like black, our tuxedo black. That would make a real defined black, and it wouldn't necessarily, hi Eleanor, good to see you. it wouldn't necessarily lend itself to all the coloring that we want to do with our Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to just use here Sahara Sand to put that little butterfly on. And then we're going to do a little coloring. Okay, let's see. You guys want the regular soft suede. Okay, we'll go ahead with that. I'll put my pink spines for the hedgehog off to the side. We're going to use them again though, I promise. Someday we will. Okay, so now we're ready. Let's see, we can go ahead and put this in. It's time to go ahead and put our centerpiece right in, our inside. We can, nope, I'm wrong. We need to do coloring. I forgot. Okay, so for the trees, I'm going to color the little flowers on the trees in dark Flirty Flamingo Stampin' Blend marker. So let's get those. Now, one little trick I noticed is if you just color the petals and leave the center white, that gives a little more definition. Then you have the white center. You see what I mean there? Let me hold it up a little bit. Can you see? I think that looks pretty good with the center just left alone. Allison, you're working on being more adventurous with the colors. I'll do it another time. You will be seeing a pink hedgehog. Don't you worry. We will definitely have a pink hedgehog. So I'm just coloring in my flowers on my trees with dark Flirty Flamingo. And another cute thing about this tree, I really like it. It's, you know, we're going to be able to use this tree stamp from this set a lot. It has little buds too. And I can picture just using this for all kinds of things. You know, our new Ladybug bundle that we have that you can also punch out the ladybugs, and I can picture using this tree stamp with the Ladybug bundle also. So it really doesn't take much coloring. It's just not much. And you don't have to be super exact. Okay, now we'll glue that in, and then we'll be done with this inside piece. And then we'll start doing a little coloring on the card, the front of the card. So we're just gonna glue this down, and remember, I've left more space than usual. Usually I come in 1/4 of an inch on all sides, but this time I've come in, I think I've glued that a little bit high, but this time I came in 1/2 an inch on all sides, so it's 3 3/4 by 5. And I kind of like the border that it leaves there. All right, now we're going to color in this piece, and we're going to go again with our Flirty Flamingo flowers, and then we're also going to color in our butterfly there. I decided to make the butterfly a couple different shades of Balmy Blue just because it goes right along and doesn't create a big contrast. I don't like when we have a lot of colors. I prefer just a few colors that blend really well. I think that looks better on a card. I don't know what you guys think, unless you're doing a real party card when you put lots of colors for a party, of course, that would be different. So we're getting our flowers colored in. And I love Granny Apple Green. I was thinking about it today. It's really my favorite green. It looks so vibrant. It makes the tree look so vibrant, I think. Okay, did I get them all? Okay. Now let's work on our little butterfly. First of all, we're going to give him a light Flirty Flamingo little body. He has a real cute little body if you look up close. They even have an eye on the little butterfly. I don't know if you can see that little eye. It's really cute. And then we're going to go with our Balmy Blue Stampin' Blends. And I'm just going to start with the light and color all this part in with the light. And then I'm going to come back in with the dark. And they've already got some shading in here for us. You know how they are, when they create their stamps, Stampin' Up gives us shading. And it helps us to know where to shade. I so appreciate that. Okay, so our butterfly is done. And now we need to do a little, just a little bit something with our hedgehog. And I'm going to take light crumb cake and just color his little body in light crumb cake. I'm going to leave his feet alone. I was practicing and I used some black on the feet and it didn't look good at all. So we're just going to leave his feet alone and just do the body in the crumb cake. And I think he has such a happy face. I'm sure that's why they called it the set, the Happy Hedgehogs. Okay, so we're ready to go. And remember, the trick for this card is bring this piece right up here at the edge of the Balmy Blue. And the other, let me get this up higher for you. The other trick is to make sure these are lined up, your top and your bottom. So let's see if I can do it. You know, you put it on there, but that's why I like the glue, because I can move it just slightly. So let's see if I can get that. Just, whoops, oh, don't get it upside down. That wouldn't be good at all. So use the other piece as your guide for the top and bottom. Let's take a look at here. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? This type of card, I really like it. I think it's very fun because did I get a little glue there? Because you think it's all one piece and then it opens up. Okay, that is looking great. Now, I went ahead and colored and fussy cut one of the little birds. This bird is so adorable. Look at that little bird. I'm going to be using this bird on cards just for no reason, because she is so cute. And so we're going to put our bird, well, we could also put the bird right up here. What do you think? No, because there's too much blue there. So let's put him down here, because he's offering the flower to the little hedgehog, right? So I'm going to get a Stampin' Dimensional, and we'll put the bird on. I'm going to call him a bluebird because I colored him in blue. Yeah, I just think he's super cute. Can I put it? I want to make sure his tail comes inside there. Like he's offering a little flower to the hedgehog. I think that's so cute. And now we can put on our hedgehog spines, quills. I'm also thinking of a skunk, and I don't want to be thinking about a skunk. So I have to keep telling myself, no, it's not a skunk, it's an adorable little hedgehog. Because I think skunks have quills too, or spines. But I'm not going to think about that. Okay, so we just put his little quills right on the back there, and the way this works, it fits perfectly. Look how it lines right up with this little leg. Isn't that cute? Quills. Okay, quills. Thanks, Roz. So the next thing we have to do is we have to create a sentiment, don't we? And let's see if we can get it out of this. I'm going to cut the sentiment. I'm going to use this die from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And the sentiment I want to use from this set says, "It's so nice of you to be so nice." That is a great phrase for a thank you card. So I'm going to go back with my soft suede, and let's see, it's so nice of you to be so nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm just holding the die right over there so that I can really layer put my sentiment right where I want it and make sure I have the right space. There we go. And it was so close that even this just nestled right around that. I think it's the font they're using on this set is Sweet. I don't know what the name of the font is, but it's like it's something that goes with the set. A little whimsical, a little sweet. And so we're just going to put this, let me get it where you guys can see it. Bringing up my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because it's just perfect for this die we're going to use. And let's get this just the way we want it there. I think that looks pretty good, all lined up. Let's see if we can get it to go through. There we go. Okay. Run that baby through. I do love the Stitch So Sweetly, guys. I have been telling you that since the day they came out. They are really, really nice dies. Where am I going to put it? Okay. Put that all over there. And here's our cute little sentiment. And we're just going to put it right over the place where the two basic white pieces meet. And we're going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals again. And we've done this with a couple cards recently, where we have to put the dimensionals only on one side because we want them to be able to open their card, right? So there we've got two dimensionals. That's easy, two dimensionals of the regular size. And then we just have to line this up, try to just get it straight. It's so nice of you to be so nice. Isn't that just cute? I think we should put some, share the cuteness, thank you. I think we actually need a few jewels on there. We just need to put some bling. I'm looking in my little, I have a little thing of bling right here next to me. I have a thing that holds all my bling. And here is polished dots. I think that these might look good because they're a little bit, they have a faint little, orangey look, almost to go with our flirty flamingo there. So let's put a couple of these little cuties on here. Whoops. I'm gonna jump away. And actually I think I'll put one down here just to give a little, to draw that to our attention, that little sentiment. And then I'm having a little trouble with them today. It's very dry here, and sometimes when it's dry, things pop off. I think I'll put one down here, and then I think we'll actually put one up here. That just adds a little bit of niceness, doesn't it? And I forgot, we have our envelope. Do you want to stamp our envelope? I do. I love to stamp my envelope. Where is my little piece? Here is my little grid paper, because I like to sometimes go off the envelope, go off the reservation. And I'm going to bring back in my tree. A friend told me to switch out the bottom plate for the gray one with the mini machine, and the plates go through more smoothly. And you don't have to offset them. Okay, thank you very much, Roz. I'll give that a try. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. And Marcia's here. I appreciate your sharing. It really helps me. I like to reach more people and have them enjoy and learn too. Okay, so we're going to put the tree. I might just take the base of the tree and put it down below and just share the top, post the top of the tree. Stamp the top of the tree. Goodness. Isn't that just the cutest stamp? Like I said, I really like this tree. So here's our card with our little hedgehogs. It's so nice of you to be so nice. I love it. Okay, let me turn you up and we'll do our prize and see who won the prize this time. Now from that, what we do is last week, if you watched the video on the live on January 7th, or you saw it on my blog, or you saw it on YouTube, you saw that I was giving away a set of 2 Stampin' Spritzers to anybody that, with the random number drawing. I use the random number generator on my computer, and I write down the name of everybody who puts prize. And so out of the ones who wrote prize for the January 7th video, Diana Knapp, one of our friends, Diana Knapp, won the Spritzers. So Diana, I think I have your address, and I will get these out to you very quickly. I'm so happy that you won the spritzers. They come in very, very handy. Congratulations to Diana. And for next week, the prize is a clear B block. I just ordered a bunch of these and I had one extra. And so this is a brand new clear block, size B. And so if you want to, yes, Lori, I will. If you want next week's, or the prize from this week, put prize, and I'll put you in the random number generator for the clear block, and then I'll send it to you if you win. But make sure to check back, because sometimes I don't have all of your addresses, and if you don't respond and let me know your address, then I can't send it to you. I've had some come out that way. And I'm also working on a new type of videoing where I can do this thing that spins around with your names. I'm learning it, so hopefully I'll get that. That would be cool. Okay, Lori wanted to know that, have the measurements again for the card. Okay, so the card base is 4 1/4 this way by 8 3/4 long. You score at 5 1/2. Right in here is your score mark. Your inside basic white piece is 5 by 3 3/4, and your outside basic white piece is 3 by 3. That's this section. Whoops, let me point to the right section. This section right here. I want to try to get the glare off of it for you. The front white part is 3 by 3 3/4. So, because yes, this is just it's just an easy, something different to do with any card, any stamp set, anything. But of course we had to try out our hedgehogs, right? They are happy. And I hope this has made you happy. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you're having a happy new year. And you know, even if things around us aren't always that happy, we can be happy. And so the little hedgehogs are making me happy today, and I hope they have you too. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back next Wednesday with another Facebook Live exploring some more of our fabulous new Stampin' Up! Products. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.